Hi y'all, so today I'm going to talk about how you can get ARCs as a small YouTube channel. These tips will also probably work for as a small book blogger, but I can't say for certain because I am not a book blogger, right? Just as a point of reference, I have just over 100 subscribers, and I got my first two ARCs. My first ARC for sure when I was under 50, and then my second ARC I think I had about 60, and then in November I started actually requesting ARCs for the first time. And at that time, I was under 100 subscribers. And I had gotten approved for ARCs, okay? So, I have, my experience with the first two ARCs were that I was actually directly contacted by somebody within the publishing company that was publishing those specific books. The first time I was actually contacted through my Goodreads because of a review I did on another book that publishing company had published, and so they had contacted me asking if I wanted to do a review on their book. Now, why I am mentioning this is because you need to be reviewing all of the books you read on Goodreads. I use the Goodreads 5-star rating system. I have found that publishing companies prefer this, that you actually give it a star rating on Goodreads, just kind of from the email I'd gotten. And the other thing that I have been told when I'd gotten the two ARCs previously is that one of the things they would like you to mention in your review is who you would recommend it to and who you didn't, and specifically why you liked it or didn't like it. You can't just say this book is amazing, right? So that's my first tip. Go on and make sure you have a few reviews on Goodreads already that have a star rating and those quick little things in there. It doesn't have to be long. Most of my reviews aren't. And then if you are going to mention your YouTube channel, which I'm assuming you are, right? You need to make sure you're doing reviews of some shape or format on your channel. This could just be in a wrap-up. It does not have to be a full video review. But if you're going to tell a publishing company that you will give a full video review, or you will share it in a review video of two other books, plus that, so a review mashup, you need to make sure you already have some of those on your channel so they have the ability to go and check them out if they want to, if they need to do that to approve you. Okay. So, how you get the actual ARCs. There are two web services in the US that publishing companies use to distribute ARCs. One is called NetGalley, the other one is called Edelweiss. I have more success with Edelweiss than NetGalley, but I feel like most people actually have the opposite experience, right? And I don't have a ton of experience, but so far my experience has been more positive with Edelweiss. I do find that NetGalley is a much friendlier website to just use in general. You go on, create a profile, and you basically link all of your social media links that you want to link. For sure, your Goodreads, and then your YouTube channel. And then if you want to share your Twitter, you can. I recommend it, though, for NetGalley because they actually have a spot for it, which means that NetGalley themselves wants people to use it, which I think would in turn make it easier for you to get the ARCs. And there's that. I'm only going to be talking about ARCs because I have never requested a physical ARC, and I kind of feel like you actually need a larger subscriber base in order to do that, just because they do cost more money to produce, right? It's a business. That being said, that it's a business, the nature of the game is that the bigger ARCs tend to go to people with bigger audiences. That does not mean you shouldn't request them, because I have been pleasantly surprised this month when I got an email saying I got accepted for two pretty big ARCs, right? Zenith by Sasha Alsberg and Lindsay Cummings I would consider really big, and then Love, Hate, and Other Filters I would consider really big, and I got excited, right? But that's not generally the case. So never expect it, and I wouldn't expect being approved for any ARC. That being said, don't go ARC crazy, because you could end up getting all of these ARCs and then not being able to read them. On Edelweiss, that's not as big of a deal, but you still want to have a good relationship with these publishing companies. With NetGalley, this is a much bigger deal because you need to try to maintain the 80% threshold in order to continue getting ARCs. As somebody who's never used their service before, your percentage is automatically at 0, which makes it harder for you to get it. But once you start reviewing, that percentage goes up. So make sure that you are doing your best when you use NetGalley to actually review the books. That should be your service with any ARCs you accept. It's different if they're unsolicited, but if you're a small channel, you're probably not getting unsolicited ARCs anyways. There are a couple other ways that you can instantly get ARCs without having to be approved using both of these services. Both of these services have a automatic books that anybody can read. And you just kind of click on that button and we'll show you all the available titles. On NetGalley, in order to do that, you have to click a specific genre and then you can go and do it. It's really easy. It's not hard. And you don't have to be approved for those. It's like automatically ready to download. Now, one thing you will need for these e-ARCs, you can read them on your computer. You will have to download a specific software to do it. It's an Adobe software, and it's free. Or you can get an e-reader or something that uses the Kindle app. So this can be an iPad, a tablet, or your phone. I would really recommend getting a Kindle because in my experience, and why I'm recommending Kindle over the Nook or anything else isn't because I think the product itself is superior, but because both of these e-ARC services, the majority of their books, I would say probably 90% of them, you can send directly to your Kindle, so it's easy of access for you. So I have the cheapest Kindle available. I usually keep it in this little cover. This I think is on sale, $60 for the holidays. I won't be linking it down below. You can just go to Amazon because I don't do affiliate linking, but I will link Edelweiss and NetGalley down below for you to go check out. But I just send them all here. There's instructions on how to do that on Edelweiss and on NetGalley. So make sure you read each of those before you do it. And then Amazon also has help on then how to receive them onto your device or onto the app, right? So once you do that, you can start reading them. And one of the things I really like about this is that I can highlight directly on it and I can make notes. And then I can go back and see what I actually wrote. Or I can, let me open the book again. I can go in and I can go to and click on the notes tab. And it shows me all of the notes I've made for the book. I've only read the first sentence of this, but I really liked it. So I made a note saying awesome first sentence. So when I go back to my review, I know that that was something I wanted to look at or mention in my review. This is great because you don't have to keep your notes on a separate app or a piece of paper or have notes everywhere and then have to try to compile them or find them all. If you're reading it on the go, because I can also then read this on my iPhone and still make notes there, but it syncs within all of the Kindle apps and devices, which is excellent, okay? I think that's it, honestly. I do actually use my Kindle too for reading library books, the e-library books through like Overdrive, or I've heard of people using 2 or 3 other apps, but my library uses Overdrive. And Overdrive, actually, you have the ability to send it directly to the Kindle too, which is another reason to get a Kindle versus some other type of an e-reader. But you can also use your tablet or phone and just download the app. I just like this because there's no glare from the screen, so it's nice on the eyes and I can read it at night and not be stimulated. So yeah, that's how you can get ARCs as a small channel. And so if that was something you were interested in doing, definitely check it out. And yeah, I will see y'all later. Bye, y'all.